Wow. Didn't even give me a chance to... Oh my goodness. Hopefully you can see me very clearly. So, hey everyone, welcome to my channel. This was supposed to be a moving vlog series, but unfortunately it did not happen that way because I had a lot of just crazy things happening. So to explain a little bit to you guys who aren't familiar with my channel, I had posted maybe a month and a half ago, probably back in June. If you're seeing this now, it's probably currently August. So I had posted a video and I had basically explained that I had been having mold issues in my current apartment. And I'm not talking about just a little bit of mold. I am talking about I live on the 3rd floor, so the bottom floor was completely flooded out and there was mold everywhere along the walls, and the 2nd floor was completely flooded. This had been ongoing for about 6 months, and of course, as of right now, I currently have a lawsuit with my apartment complex, so I'm having to break my lease and move out. So I had to take the video down. First and foremost, I had to take the video down off social media, and I probably shouldn't even really be talking about it right now, but I just want to explain to you, like, there's a lot of stuff that's been going on and I am very behind in my content, and I am just trying to stay afloat. Like, I have cried so much, my damn eyes are so sore. I've been trying to get an apartment. I have looked at several apartments. One, I'll just go ahead and kind of insert the footage of what I saw. So basically, this apartment, it was clean, but the space was just extremely small for me, and I have a 2-bedroom apartment right now. So the biggest thing for me, the closet didn't have enough room, and even the storage closet was extremely small. Also, in the kitchen was updated and it did look nice, but the kitchen was very, very small. I felt like if I turned around in the kitchen, I would be getting in the refrigerator. Like, it was so small. And also the washer and dryer connection was in the kitchen with no door that closed it off. So that just, to me, just told me that I didn't need to be there. Plus the ceilings were so low that I could reach up and literally touch them, and I am 5'7". So this wasn't the apartment for me. Of course, I looked at 2 other apartments. I don't currently have like footage for that or anything. And then the other ones that I looked at basically were virtual online tours because they didn't have units ready. So the apartment that I basically chose, very nice community. Of course, I'm not going to like show social media where I live at because of safety issues, but this apartment, it was on my heart for like almost 2 weeks now, and I finally, you know, made the decision to go with that specific one, and I'm definitely happy with my decision because it's nicer, it's a gated community, and you know, not that it's so much more aesthetic-y, but it's a lot nicer than what I'm dealing with now, and also the mold issue that I'm having at my current apartment. So I just want to let you guys know, it is not just me going through this situation. I have a next door neighbor who has been dealing with mold in her apartment, actually, and not just any kind of mold, black mold, the most dangerous kind there is. And so I've dealt with, like, over the last, I don't know, couple of years, I've been dealing with hair loss. Probably has a lot to do with the water and the minerals in this apartment. Definitely mold causes hair loss. I've dealt with chronic headaches. I've also dealt with respiratory issues. And so that is why I'm having to break my lease, and it has just been very, very frustrating. So I think the biggest thing for me is throughout all of this, you know, there was essentially a point where up until yesterday, I was going to be homeless because I had not found an apartment. The apartment that I was trying to get into, there was some issues with my paycheck stubs. Whatever new system that they have had me working at Ulta. I haven't worked for Ulta since 2017. It's a very long time. So it almost looked as if I had created my own paycheck stubs, and I provided 4. So it was, they just basically said, well, because what you gave us is not matching what we pulled up and ran through our system, we're going to require a higher deposit, which was $1,300. And I was like, damn, like I have to pay almost $3,000 to move into this apartment, and currently still have to. But at the time it was just like, is this the best decision for me? And I told the lady, because she kept, you know, are you going to take it? Are you going to take it? And I just had to explain to her, like, ma'am, given the nature of my situation, I would be forced to make a decision like right now. And I don't want to be rushed into just taking this apartment just because. So I told her, give me a couple days. I actually took a week to think about it. I had to pretty much make sure that my finances were straight and I was going to be able to afford this apartment. And it's just, it was a lot of things that, like, real life shit. Like, I don't get on social media and front for anybody and try to act like I have it like that. You know, I was at a point where I was going to take out a title loan on my car, because I was like, that is a lot of money, and I want to, you know, I'm gonna have to start over, new furniture, new pots and pans, new this and that. I'm choosing to do that. Not that I have to, I'm choosing to because I deserve it. And I have been in this current apartment for 13 years now. And so I want to start over fresh and new. I went through all my clothes and threw a lot of stuff away, and you know, I am just at this place in my life where I feel like my faith, not that it's being restored, because I never really lost faith. I think when my sister passed away, I did struggle a lot, but it was just more so something spiritually within me that just needed to be awakened again. And I'm not that person that is constantly, God, can you give me this? God, can you give me that? Like, if I really, really need it, I'll ask for it and just kind of go from there. But in my heart, throughout this whole entire journey, I was just like, you know, I've been in situations where I've lost a job before, and I was like, how am I going to make ends meet? And at the end of the day, everything in me said, have faith. God is going to put you in a better position. There is a blessing in every lesson, and you have to wait on him. Don't try to like do things in your own time, because honestly, with this situation, at one point it got to a point where I was trying to do things on my own. Like, I said, God, can you help me? And he said, just wait, just wait. And I was like, oh, I can't wait anymore. I tried to apply for a loan, and the loan interest, because I get my credit monitored through Credit Karma, and they were like, okay, you're approved for this much that you can borrow, which was a decent amount of money, but the interest rate was 159%. So it would have had me paying back almost $1,800 on a $2,600 loan. And I was just like, that's fucking crazy. Like, I can't do that. And so I withdrew the application because I was like, Sean, just wait, you're just jumping the gun. And then the next day I said, you know what, I'm going to try to apply for a title loan on my car. And then I was thinking, I don't really want to do this, like, because I paid off my car last year. It was just so much stuff that I was trying to come up with a plan B, and God said, just wait, I got you. And so I was like, just boxing up stuff. And then all of a sudden I got the answer that I needed, and I can breathe ever since then. But like, there was some days within this past week that I cried myself to sleep. Like, I cried myself to sleep because not only am I about to be put in a better position, but like, I'm scared. Like, I have been in this apartment for 13 years. This is all that I know. When I moved out on my own, because of course I used to have roommates and stuff when I was in like my late 20s, and I was just comfortable living with someone, and then all of a sudden I just was like, I can't do it. I just want to be by myself, live by myself. And so this has been my safety net. But then, you know, not even that, like the memories of my older sister. Like, she would come here and she would do days where she worked from home, and she would just sit with me on my days off. And I have those memories, and you know, not that I necessarily have to let go of them because they'll always stay with me, but this was the last place that, you know, this was the last place that essentially she got to see before her passing. So it's a lot. It's not easy, but I know that I am being used and placed in a better position because, you know, even with me going through things that I'm going through right now, like my neighbor, prime example, I have lived here for a very long time, and I've only known her name for a year. And that was because some shady stuff went down with the property manager, and I just wasn't feeling it. So I knocked on her door and I introduced myself, and I asked her, you know, did she have the same thing going on? And she was like, yeah. And we just kind of kept in contact from there. So then when I started having the issue with the mold and stuff, I reached out to her and I let her know this is what I'm doing, and I'm taking action, because she didn't know where to go. She's, you know, she's up in age, and so I was able to be used, and I helped guide her through that situation, and now she can breathe, and she's moving out literally tomorrow. So I know that I'm gonna be okay, and that is the best thing for me. So I just wanted to share this with you. If you are going through anything, rely on God and not your own understanding, because sometimes, you know, you can get advice from friends or parents or anything, but like that spiritual guidance and just trusting in Him and knowing that He's gonna have your back is ultimately, it's gonna give you a peace of mind. So if I can be a testimony to anybody during this situation, because like literally I was going to be homeless up until yesterday, and I can breathe and I feel good and I feel better. And so thank you guys so much for listening. I am excited to share my new space with you, and for those of you who have subscribed and you saw me vlogging in this apartment and cooking and doing, you know, little things, thank you for being with me on this journey. And for those of you who are watching who are new, definitely don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and join my beautiful online family, because there's gonna be so much more fun things to come. So thank you guys again for watching. I will see you later. I don't want to cry no more because I should be in a happy place. Plus I gotta finish boxing up these boxes. So I'll see you guys later, and have a great, amazing day. Bye.